you'll decide next week. What is there?
I'll be
anything?
announcing. Yeah, I've already decided, and I'll be announcing something next week.
Because
Yes.
I noticed the Fox senior executives came and had dinner with you and pitched you. Did they move the needle?
Well, they were very nice. Look, they were very nice.
Here's why, Mr. President. The only reason I say this, I put a poll up on Twitter. At least 2/3 of the people don't want you to do the debate because they feel it could be a setup. Are you concerned about Fox setting
Well,
up?
when you're at 75, 78, 80%, and other guys are at 0, 1%, 2%, 3%, you do say, what's the upside?
Well, joining me now to react is Republican presidential candidate Chris Christie. Governor, good to have you back, my friend. Always good to get you in the seat to talk a little bit about. Your name came up. We had a long, wide-ranging interview, deep dive into Donald Trump. Your name came up on several times. He alluded to you right there. But, you know, he said he's made up his mind. He's going to tell the. It took me 3 times, but I finally got him to say he knows what he's doing. He's going to let us know next week. My guess is he's going to show up, but the rest of the world thinks I'm wrong. What say you?
I think he'll be there. And, you know, we've talked about this before, Eric, on the air. I think he'll be there. He will show up because I think, you know, he likes that situation. He loves being center stage and having the spotlight on him, and he'll have it on him. And I think he will be there to talk about the issues.
I think it's a mistake, Governor. I think it's a mistake. He's got a plurality with 12 or 13 people in the race. I mean, it's not like 2 or 3 people are running. He's got 50%. He's got 12 people in. He's got. It's insane to walk into that. There's nothing good that could come of it other than, you know, he loves the fight. The guy's a fighter.
Well, look, and the fact of the matter is, Eric, that he owes it to the voters of the Republican Party. You know, he owes it to people to go in there and earn the nomination. Nobody gets it given to them, and I think, quite frankly, if he didn't show up, it would be much more trouble for him. And so, you know, there's always risk when you get on live television.
Why,
as
though,
you
Governor,
know,
why?
you make your livelihood doing it. But he belongs up there.
Let me ask you, what's the risk if he doesn't show up? But you guys take shots at him, you're going to do it anyway.
Oh, no, the risk is that the voters will look at him and say, why won't you show up? Do you not respect us? Do you not believe you have to earn it? And I think it's always a risk not to show up.
All right. So roll a soundbite 03, control room is where he references you, sir.
Somebody like Asa Hutchinson, who's polling at 0, will ask me nasty questions. Somebody like Chris Christie is polling at 1%, and he's going to ask me nasty questions, and others too. And then you have some that are very good.
Yeah. So again, 53% makes no sense. I think someone in Politico summed it up this way: don't eat if you're not hungry. Don't drink if you're not thirsty. And right now, for votes, he's not thirsty or hungry.
The problem for that analysis, Eric, is there haven't been any votes yet. And these polls are just a snapshot of the moment. But let me say this. He says I'm at 1%. I'm now at 11% and tied for second in New Hampshire with Governor DeSantis. I'm going up. Governor DeSantis is going down. You know, that's one of the things about Donald Trump. Why does he have to lie about that? Let's get on there and say that kind of stuff. It demeans him. And he said a lot of other things that's really demeaning over the last couple of days about me that, quite frankly, are juvenile. And I don't know why he has to do those things, and it's just an indication of his character, quite frankly. He wants to debate me on the issues. Let's go to town next week from Wednesday night. But you know, the kind of stuff he was up to yesterday, once again, not telling the truth about things, it's getting old.
All right, well, we did talk about policy and issues, and here, take a listen to Side 03A, control room, Trump on Ukraine, Russia.
I called to congratulate Zelensky, nice guy. I get along great with him. I get along great with Putin, and frankly, I'll have something worked out within literally 24 hours. I will get them to the table fast, and we'll get it worked out because people are dying at levels that nobody's ever seen.
Well, Governor, how do you respond? You headed over to see Zelensky. 24 hours, he says, he'll get it done.
Eric, he's completely full of it. he's going to solve it in 24 hours. The same way he built the wall all across the border of Mexico in his first 4 years. He built 52 miles of new wall. And the same way Mexico is going to pay for it, they haven't paid a peso towards it yet. This is another one of these Donald Trump fabrications. And what I worry about is if he's going to solve it in 24 hours, if he ever did keep that promise, he would do it by turning it over to his buddy Vladimir Putin, who are over there committing mass murder in Ukraine of civilians, gouging eyes, cutting off ears, kidnapping 20,000 children from Ukraine, ripping them from their parents and bringing them to Russia to reprogram them to hate the Ukrainian people. This is the guy that he calls, Donald Trump calls, brilliant and an excellent leader. I don't believe his claim of 24 hours. Anybody in their right mind does not believe it. The same way none of us should have believed 8 years ago when he said he was going to build the wall across the entire border. And we look at his results, 52 miles. You know what, Eric? If he gets another 110 years as president in that pace, he'll finish the wall.
You know, some would say, Governor, that there's something that came in towards the end there that kind of stopped production of anything called COVID, or as Trump would call it, the Chinese virus. So no telling whether or not the wall would have been finished or not, or you can tell me it won't. Another policy
Come on, Eric.
issue.
Eric,
we
stop
talked
with the
about
excuses for him, please. Please.
By no means am I
52
making
miles of
excuses
wall
for
in
anybody.
4 years. He had 3 years of his presidency before COVID was anywhere near the United States or anywhere else in the world. So that means in 3 years he got 14 miles of wall done, 15 miles of wall done a year. Congratulations. You know, at that pace, he's going to have over 100 years as president to get it done. So can we stop making excuses for him? He's a big boy now, as much as he complains all the time about how much he's picked on. Can we not have people making excuses for him on that utter failure, especially from someone whose whole career is about being a builder?
Okay, let's say he doesn't show up on that debate stage. Don't you think it's the most of the questions and answers are going to be surrounding Trump? Won't you take shots at Trump on that debate stage?
It depends on what gets asked. I'll answer the questions. And there are other folks up there that we can certainly have discussions between us. You know, there'll be, if Donald Trump doesn't show up, I suspect there'll be 7 of us up there. And we'll discuss the issues that the voters of our party care about. And I'm sure his name will come up. I doubt that I'll miss an opportunity to bring his name up, especially if he decides to chicken out and not show up.
Chicken out, yeah. I mentioned that to him. Chicken out. He's like, oh, if I was going to propose to him that if he doesn't show up, I would watch the debate with he, myself, and Tucker Carlson, and do a shot every time. He doesn't drink, but we'll do a shot every time his name is brought up. Tucker and I will be pretty hammered by then. Governor, I'm going to let you go, but I just was wondering, the love note, the Bon Jovi love note to Zelensky. What was that all about before we go?
Well, look, if you saw the video that happened right when the war began in Odessa, as members of that town in Ukraine were preparing for the Russian invasion, they were filling up sandbags and piling them up to the song "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi. And that video went viral, and I thought this might be a good gift to give Zelensky. So I called John, and John wrote out the lyrics in his own hand, got them framed, and that's a gift we gave to President Zelensky to salute his people who are declaring it's their life, not the Russians' life.
Very nice. Very nice. Governor, very nice. Although John Bon Jovi is one of the more liberal people you've ever met in your life. I'm sure you knew that as well. Governor, got to let it go. Great guy. I just love your fight. Your fight is reminiscent of Donald Trump's in a little bit, and maybe it's the right. I hope you stay in politics. I don't want you to go to ABC. I want you to stay. I want to do this more. Governor Chris Christie, thank you.
Don't worry about it. Hey, Eric, when I'm elected president, I'll invite you to the White House. We'll do this right in the map room of the White House and have a great interview in my first week as president. No one else I'd rather have there than Eric Bolling.
Done. And guess what? We're going to play cornhole in the Rose Garden right outside the Oval, a la South Jersey.
Done deal, baby. Done deal.
All right. Thank you, Governor.